So first off, thank you for clicking through and getting to this stage. My name's David Allen, I'm the CEO of Aesthetica. I started the business following a hair transplant myself. I had a hair transplant 6 years ago, and we subsequently set up Aesthetica because we wanted to help clients have access to very high quality, natural looking outcomes from their hair transplants. And we've since broadened our spectrum into all types of cosmetic surgery. You know, over the years, we've built up very strong partnerships with hospitals over in Turkey. Now, that's been done through personal experience in traveling there and spending time on the ground there. Look, I go there a couple of times a year. I spend a great deal of time there personally. I visit the hospitals, not only our existing partners, but also new places that basically could offer a better service in some degree. We have 3 key partners that we work with. Those partners are selected based on what the client's requirements are. Everything that we do is putting your health and safety first. Obviously, this is a big decision. You just didn't wake up and say, right, I'm going to get a hair transplant. You've been going through hair loss over a period of time, and that's naturally affected your confidence and how you look at yourself. And I can speak firsthand that I've always been a very confident person, but one of the key things that I noticed, that when I got my hair transplant done, I looked younger, I felt younger, my sex drive went through the roof because of these things. Instead of looking in the mirror and thinking, I can see a bit more skin now, instead I'm looking going, I love my hair. And I know that sounds vain, I know that sounds crazy, but it's the simple truth. I love my hair, and going from being completely bald, and this is the photo of what I used to look like, all the way through to now how I look and feel is, it's an incredibly different feeling. It's so liberating to not have to think about that every day. And instead of going to the hairdresser and asking for a modern day comb over, I'm going in with a very different conversation with the hairdresser. Everything that you do and why you're doing this is because you want to make sure you get that natural outcome. And that comes down to selecting the right partner to go with. Now, we're a medical tourism business. We don't just do hair transplants. We do all types of cosmetic surgery. It's the approach that we have had, or rather the foundation of the business is just deliver very good value, but not compromise on the health and standards of what you're going to deliver back to the customer. Because I can assure you, after clicking on this video, you're going to be bombarded with videos and offers from clinics all over the place, because that's how the algorithms generally work. Everyone's going to try and sell to you on price. We won't sell to you on price, we'll sell to you on value. If you want to just get the cheapest possible deal, you're always going to find someone cheaper, but I can guarantee that's going to be to the compromise of the outcome you get. Now, if you save yourself $1,000 or whatever it might be, your future self is not going to thank you for that. It's not like you're buying a jumper and saving a bit of money. What you're buying here is going to stay with you for the rest of your life if you do it right. If you take shortcuts, you've only got so many hair follicles, and if you burn those through not doing the right thing or going with the right place first off, you'll never get those back. And so you've gone from already being follically challenged to an even worse place to now try and get some sort of hair and a hairstyle that's going to give you that confidence. So it's critically important that you do it once and you do it right. With Aesthetica, the partnerships that we've selected, the hospitals we work with and the surgeons that work there. The hospitals we work with, first of all, are JCI and ISO accredited. That means you can expect the same sort of protocols as you would from a private hospital in your home country. The other thing that's important is the surgeons. Now, our surgeons have done over 10,000 of these hair transplants. That means, as you would expect, they know what they're doing. Now, when you compare this to surgeons in your home country, how many have they really done? When they're talking about prices of $20,000, $30,000 to do a hair transplant, how busy are they? How many of these have they been doing over a number of years? How many different ethnicities have they worked with? Now, in Turkey is the world hub of hair transplants. It is also the European hub for all types of cosmetic surgery. Now, that has its ups and it has its downs. The downs are that because it's highly profitable, all of the clinics jump into it and they race to the bottom offering, cheap deals, and this is where the bad reputation comes from. Now, I can tell you that the hospitals that are there, if you get the right one, it will surpass the hospital systems that you've got at home because they are truly incredible. Now, I speak of personal knowledge on this, and again, it comes down to you feeling comfortable through what criteria you assess for making this next step. In relation to having your hair done, the process and everything else, now we work in a very similar way. We will ask you for some photos. We will then put that into a client file. That client file will get discussed with my team over in Istanbul. My team will then work with our surgeons to come back with what is the best outcome for you and how we believe we can help you. That gets put into a fully tailored proposal and that gets sent to you. There is a 7-day deposit period. Now in that time, we can take a 10% deposit from you, and then that kicks off everything. And the next steps then are my team get to work. Now, I have a team that are dedicated to make sure that the moment you get on that plane and you click your seatbelt, instead of going, oh my goodness, this is happening, and panicking, you can then feel excited instead. You know that my team are with you every step of the way, and they will handhold things, and we will deliver to you an absolute turnkey solution where everything is taken care of. And I can assure you, when you get on that plane and click that seatbelt, that degree of confidence and excitement that you feel about what is to come is worth every single penny. When you land, you will go to the lounge there. You will be greeted by a driver, taken in your limousine to a 5-star hotel. Now, we only do 5-star, and trust me, we speak to people that I don't need 5-star, I need 3-star, 4-star. Everything that we do is driven through personal experience. And that is so important, because we're not just trying to sell you something, we're trying to do what's right for you, because every aspect of your journey is critical to you feeling good about the outcome. When you're jet lagged, you've gone through medical procedure, you want to be able to pick up the phone, have someone bring you things. You want to have absolute creature comforts, and the price difference on it, it's negligible, but it's about doing it once and doing it right, as I said before. And you know, the personal experience of my staff and myself that have been on this journey before you means that because we've trod this journey, we know exactly what you need before you know you need it. That means we've already put it in place before you need to ask for it. And we're constantly looking to improve on that. Now, that little bit of comfort is critical. The next day, you will go, you'll be picked up, you'll be taken in, you'll have your pre-consultation, and then you will work in a consultative manner to work out what sort of hairline you want. For me, I didn't want a squared off hairline because that doesn't really suit me. I wanted something that sort of went back a little bit, but at the same time gave me a strong hairline and brought out my natural features. And so, you know, you'll go through this process with the team and everything is signed off by you, okay? You're in control of this, and you have my team every step of the way to assist you wherever you need it. The other thing as well about what we do is we try and encourage people to add on a few extra days, because it's not just about having a hair transplant or whatever procedure you might want to do. And we get a lot of clients that you know, I can't believe how amazing the facilities are here. I've always not liked my nose. Can I add on a rhinoplasty to this, for example? Or can I get a Hollywood smile to go with this beautiful new head of hair that I'm going to have? And we can add all of these things on for you. Ideally, what we want you to do is have a magnificent experience, and that comes from the entire journey. As I said, from the moment you get on the plane through to the moment you get home, and then the aftercare that we can deliver to you thereafter. We give you things like a shopping guide. We give you places to go based on personal experience. This isn't just a Google chart. This is what we recommend from being on the ground there over a number of years. We give you restaurants to go to. We give you a private tour guide if that's what you'd like. We try and make this a really lovely experience. Now, whilst you've had your hair done or whatever treatment you may be having, after a day or so, you'll want to get out there, and you won't feel self-conscious because you'll see lots of people in similar states to you. But who cares? You don't know any of these people anyway. If you're traveling on your own, we can align you with other clients that we've got that are there at the same time. You know, these are the sorts of things that we can do, and this is the true value. In relation to your hair, you get your hair done, you'll come back to your hotel, your driver will escort you home. The next day we'll pick you up and you'll be shown how to clean your hair, and you'll be talked through the aftercare process. And you know, in addition to that, we give you a pre-care process before you get on the plane, the things that you must be doing. We'll give you a full insight into what to expect, and then an aftercare system that we've developed again through personal knowledge and best practices, so that you'll be feeling very safe. Because trust me, when you've got your hair done, you're suddenly so worried that you're going to knock it or do something, and you've invested all this time and this money, and you know, you just want to get this right. And that's again where we come in. So when you get back to your home country, the other thing that happens as well is if you've got any concerns, you've got my team that's right there to be able to help you and step you through this. Why go to Turkey? is a key question that we get asked. Turkey is the world hub of hair transplants. They are the key innovators over the techniques that are now being used. And the techniques that we use are the two best techniques, which is either having a advanced micro sapphire fu, which is using a very fine sapphire to create the incisions, but with an advanced one they can get it very close together to get that very natural look. Or the other one is a DHI, which is a no shave option. So we get a lot of young guys coming through in their 20s, for example, and they might just need their temples touching up, so they don't want to have a full shaved head. Or equally, we've got people that work in sales and they can only take a certain amount of time off of work and they don't want to go back necessarily with a shaved head. It's a more expensive process. We're driven by two things. One, the client, and two, what the surgeon recommends. Each of these things are discussed in the consultative process. In relation to making sure that you get the best value and the best outcome, everything we do is tailored to your specific needs. And we can help you with everything from booking your flight in the cheapest possible way, your hotel, your transport service, all of your aftercare. There are no surprises. Everything is given to you in a neat package that you don't need to worry about when you get there, which is often what happens. We get a lot of scare stories with people that go direct, and they'll say, oh, when I got there, the hospital wasn't what it was. This is a very, very common thing. The clinics, because they focus purely on price, they tend to be in very poor parts of the city. Istanbul is a crazy, magnificent city, but trust me, you need to make sure that you are doing this the best possible way that you can. And going to these clinics in the middle of nowhere, it's not where you want to be. The other thing as well is when you get there and they've sent you photos, they say, oh, look, 2,000 grafts of what we suggested, but really you need another 1,000, and that's going to cost you another $1,000. Well, you told me it wasn't going to cost me any more money. Oh, no, we're just saying it would look better. It's completely up to you. Now, this is something that happens, and I give you all of these assurances it's not going to cost you any more. With us, everything is a flat rate, so you do not need to worry. And again, it's driven through personal experience. So everything that we do is to try and circumvent any of the issues that you will potentially have when you get to Turkey if you were to go direct. Now, of course, whatever you choose to do, you have to do what's right for you. We have a lot of clients that come to us that have already been to Turkey or had hair transplants done in their own country and they've not been satisfied with it. And so they've come to us based on our reputation and they've asked us to fix the problem. Now, when we're trying to fix a problem, it's a lot harder. We'd much rather you just came to us first. And as I keep saying to people, just do it once and do it right. So look, that's a bit of a summary. If you would like to book a call with my team or even myself, we're happy to jump on a video call with you and talk through this in further detail. But ultimately, we're hoping that through this process, you feel the confidence to step forward with Aesthetica. As I said, we're an Australian owned and operated business. Now in Australia, we have to operate under very strict guidelines in how we operate the company. We're not an offshore business that's in a loose environment. We have built this business based on the recommendations of others, and we've only just now started to advertise in America, and that's just a toe in the water, because all of the other clients that we were getting from America and Canada, Ireland, and all of these other countries have been purely through word of mouth. And that is because we really care about you. And that's so important. You've got to understand that your best interests are paramount to us, because we want you to go and tell 10 people about the amazing experience you had in coming with Aesthetica. And everybody's got a story about a mate down the road who went and got it done and it was okay. Trust me, from these clinics that we see, from personal experience on the ground in Turkey when we're there, they close down, they reopen, it's a new name, and they've got all the reviews, and I don't know how they do it, but they've got 3,000 of reviews that, have suddenly bubbled up. If you want to speak to one of our clients that's come, we're happy to put you in touch with previous clients, because we can guarantee they will wax lyrical about everything that they had with us from start to finish. So look, if there's anything else that we can do to help you, that's great. Otherwise, please send through your photos to us. Let's get the ball rolling for you. Let's see how we can get you into that really confident position again of how you can have your hair back. And I don't care what anyone says about how confident they are right now. If you are losing your hair or have lost your hair, the difference it makes is off the charts. And you can see from the photo, my photo's over 6 years old. You can see, if I was to show you an inverse of the photos, you would think the photo with me with no hair was me 6 years on. It will take years off of the way you look, and it will give you what confidence that you've perhaps lost over the years from losing your hair. So anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for sticking with this video. Please recommend us to other people and share this video. Thank you.